Personal. He has gone in to be the guest of a man who is a sinner. Luke chapter 19, verse 7. Friday of the fourth week of Lent. Jesus' journey continues. Luke 19 tells us that Jesus enters Jericho and meets Zacchaeus, whom we know was a chief tax collector and rich. Luke chapter 19, verse 2. Tax collectors were despised by Jews and known to extort even their own kinsmen. They were considered some of the worst sinners imaginable. Therefore, we can only imagine the shock and surprise of the people in the crowd when Jesus looked up and said to him, "Zacchaeus, make haste and come down, for I must stay at your house today." Luke chapter 19, verse 5. Jesus continues to push boundaries and climb out of boxes, and not everyone is with him. And when they saw it, they all murmured, "He has gone in to be the guest of a man who is a sinner." Luke chapter 19, verse 7. For a righteous man to enter the house of a tax collector was unimaginable. Jesus' love and mercy is now spilling over into forbidden territory. Many were outraged. We have felt a shift this week. On Tuesday, Jesus explicitly confronted the Pharisees and essentially called them out for being hypocrites. On Wednesday, Jesus looked the 12 in the eye and predicted his suffering, death, and resurrection. Today, Jesus is striding into the home of a tax collector in an overt display of his unbridled desire to seek out the lost. Yes, we have felt a shift this week. But there is more. In the first week of this journey, we received a new lens through which we see Jesus, that of a bridegroom, coming for his bride. In the second and third weeks, we unpacked legendary parables of lavish mercy, in the parables of the Good Samaritan and the prodigal son. Though Jesus was speaking directly to his listeners, he was not speaking about them by name. He was not provoking them directly. Thus, we can appreciate Jesus' teachings during the first 3 weeks without discomfort, appreciating the love and mercy with which Jesus speaks and letting it wash over us. Not this week. This week has been a shift. The intensity on the journey to Jerusalem is rising. Things are heating up, getting real and getting personal. Jesus is calling out the Pharisees in public. It is getting personal for them. We can imagine that Judas is still confined to his self-imposed inner isolation. Judas's inner torment and confusion are compounded by the intensity of the week. It is getting personal for him too. And all of it is personal to Jesus. As the bridegroom who has come to liberate his bride from sin, Jesus has to confront the very sin and evil that have enslaved humanity. While others are feeling the tension of this week and responding in a variety of ways, the heart of Jesus, the bridegroom, remains in communion with the Father. The trajectory of this week has only one inevitable outcome. Confrontation, conspiracy, and betrayal all await us next week. Jerusalem is mere days away, and much will be happening there. For your prayer, stay here for an additional 10 minutes. Today, review the meditations from this week. And if you are journaling, review your journal from this week. Where is your heart at this stage of the journey?